So oftentimes one of the first things that I like to play with is the tone curve. And right now, actually, I'm thinking that the tone curve actually looks pretty good right now. It's really well contrasted. I think I want to add just a little bit to my shadows right here. Give it a little bit more flatness. I do like a little bit of clarity. I do have to be really careful with this because I can easily do too much of it. So this photo is going to be a little bit challenging because it's in really, really harsh light. So to get this photo about where we want it to be isn't going to be the easiest thing. Now what I'm doing right now in this section right here is kind of just playing with the very basics of light. I'm just trying to make my image look like the most normal, I guess. Making the photo just look like it looked like when I kind of saw it, and kind of bringing out a little bit more of those shadows because again it was shot during the harsh light. So there's going to be a lot of shadows. I'm going to try and take that out as much as I can without making this photo look too crazy. And actually, I think I'm going to go away from this clarity because there's a lot of stuff going on in this water, and the clarity is going to really, really bring that out, and I don't think I want that coming out. What I'm going to do also super quickly is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of these buoys in here. And this should be super, super easy to do. I'm literally just going to go over here and just kind of click this, and they should go away. Okay, there's not too much I can do about these really, really big ripples in the water from the boat. So I think that's fine. We're just going to leave that there. Yeah, there's actually a couple of things I do want to do this. I'm going to add some linear gradients to this. So one, I want to go ahead and bring this right here. Kind of bring down the sky a little bit here. And then I am going to add one more. Now, if it was my choice or I had a little bit more play with my time when I was taking this photo, I was on a really, really tight schedule. So when I was there, I didn't really, no chance to actually be able to go back and kind of play with things. But I think right now what I want to do is add a little bit more color to this. So make it look more blue, a little bit more blue than we had it. And add a little bit of color to that, a little bit of light to that, a little bit of contrast to that. And I think that's looking a lot better. What I am going to do though is pull up this the second linear gradient, pull it up a lot more to get a little bit more blues in there. It's only kind of really visually going up to like around here that you can really, really see well. I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to come down here into my HSLs and let's look at our blue. I don't think I want to change our blue because that's the blue that you see, but I am going to maybe play with the saturation of my blues and maybe just a little bit of my luminance, because if it's me, I feel like my photo is still looking just a little bit dark. I'm going to come back up here, maybe literally just add some brightness into my photos and kind of just bring down those highlights because it is looking again very, very bright once I do that. I think that's all I really want to play with here. Actually, I think I'm going to add in a little bit more green here. Put a little bit more of that in here. I'm going to come all the way down here to this calibration here, play with my greens here. I always like to push my greens a little bit over here. They look a little bit more matted per se. I like that sitting right around there. I'm already liking that a lot better. Okay, so I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to play with my highlights here. I think for this one, because we're leaning very, very towards blue colors, I think we want a little bit of orange in our highlights. And give us a good amount actually in there because we got a lot of blue in there, and we're actually going to add even more blue in here, and I think that makes it even more. There we go. Maybe a darker blue though. I want a dark blue, something dark. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. I'm liking that. So when it comes to this gradient square, I think it's always, if you kind of look into any color theory or things like that, you kind of look at these. So look at my colors. They're not exactly right against each other. I believe that this is called complementing colors. Blue, and it would be, I guess, this yellow, right? But I'm a little bit off here. I think I want to keep it with this orange. I'm not liking that yellow as much. I do like that orange. We're on a beach, it's got to feel warm. But with these blue waters, keep it nice and blue. Okay, so I think actually things are looking pretty good here. I think what I do want to do is bring in a little bit more contrast because I did take out that clarity and things, so take that out. And I think actually what I want to do here is go and change this just a little bit here. My horizon is a little bit off. If we look off over here, we can kind of see that. Just line that up. Let's looking pretty good. Now that's looking a lot more straight. My water's looking good. I can see things. Again, looking very, very sharp. I almost want to just soften that up just a little bit, just a tad bit. I think I'm really liking that. I think I'm really, really liking this. I'm going to go into a yellows here. Give myself a little bit more color to that baseline right there. Maybe a little more color in my sand. Everything just a little bit more color, but I think actually overall saturation. Just want to see if I pull this down. Not too much, not too much. Just a tad bit there on everything. And right here, I think I'm coming up on about 6 minutes, and I think this is where I kind of want to start stopping, because this is where my challenge limit kind of ends. There is more things I'd want to do to this. I think that there's a little bit more I can do with my sky here, and a little bit more balancing, honestly, in my highlights here. I'm not quite sure what this is going on in my trees. I want to kind of get that out there. You know, you be careful here, because if you push up too much of the shadows, it starts making it look a little bit more flat again. Again, want to be careful with that. I am going to leave this here. I'll leave it at that. I think this looks not terrible. I like it. Maybe you like it. Maybe you don't. But anyways, I'm going to stop here. You know, like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to see more of this. I kind of like, this is a different way of approaching this, and I think I'm going to try this out a couple of times. So, yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one, I guess.